I'm staying in a beautiful cottage in North Wales to visit Snowdonia and the surrounding area. It's a terrific day and the cottage has some incredible views of the hills and mountains of Snowdonia. I'm visiting a fascinating place called Portmeirion, which was the location used for the 1967 series The Prisoner, starring Patrick McGoohan.
You are number 6.
I am not a number. I am a free man.
Portmeirion was designed and built by Sir Clough Williams Ellis between 1925 and 1975 in the style of an Italian village and is now owned by a charitable trust. It's possible to stay in the buildings in the village, both self-catering and fully serviced. There's an interesting coastal and woodland walk around the village. It's a bit hilly at times. Was Portmeirion, and the music from The Prisoner as a bit of a tribute from me. Just a few miles up the road is Portmeirion, the home of the Ffestiniog and Welsh Highland Railway, where you can take a 2-hour trip up to Carnarvon or a shorter trip to Ffestiniog. There's an interesting marina in Portmeirion, and a stroll around the shops is well worth it, although it's sad to see so many shops closing. Barmouth is a seaside resort about 40 minutes from Portmeirion. It's a popular resort with visitors from the Midlands and becomes very busy in the summer. Barmouth has sandy beaches and dunes. And that was Barmouth. And today I'm going up Mount Snowdon. I'm not walking up, I'm going up on the railway. The trip up Mount Snowdon on the railway is not cheap, and you're advised to book in advance, for which you pay an additional administration fee. There's an early bird special fare, and diesel hauled services are slightly cheaper. I'm travelling on a diesel service, but the weather at the top of the mountain is not good, and the journey could be curtailed. The train has arrived at Rocky Valley, which is 2/3 of the way to the summit of Mount Snowdon. Unfortunately, because of strong winds, we're unable to get any further. The train in front of this one was taking staff to the summit coffee shop, and this has been unable to get through also. So we shall be returning to Llanberis station. The train guard is explaining to passengers.
The train which was before us, take the staff up to the summit building. That's on its way. It hasn't made it to the summit. It's on its way down full of staff. That's how bad it is, you know. I am very sorry about it. It is for everyone's safety, you know, after 2/3 of the way up. It's just so exposed, and, you know, it just takes one gust basically.
The Snowdon Mountain Railway is the only public rack and pinion railway in the UK. It travels for 4.7 miles to the summit of Snowdon, the highest peak in Wales. The railway was officially opened on Monday the 6th of April 1896. These steam engines take passengers up Snowdon. This engine was built in 1923. This engine is a visitor from Switzerland. Had we made it to the summit, this photograph shows how it would have looked. The scenery around Snowdon is fantastic. Time for a quick stop off at Swallow Falls. And now I'm going for a stroll around Betsy Coed. Today I'm in Llandudno, a holiday resort, easy to reach from the Midlands and the north of England. Northwest of the town, the cliffs of the Great Orme headland jut into the sea. The Great Orme Tramway is Britain's only cable-hauled public road tram and has been popular with visitors since it opened in July 1902. There are some great views of Llandudno and the Great Orme on the way up. Now, I may not have made it to the summit of Snowdon, but I made it up the Great Orme for some fantastic views. Time to take the tram back to Llandudno. And finally, a view of two of the greatest bridges in Wales, which cross the Menai Strait. This is the Menai Suspension Bridge, built in 1826 by Thomas Telford. A short way upstream, the Britannia Bridge was originally designed and built by the noted railway engineer Robert Stevenson as a tubular bridge of wrought iron. It was opened in 1850, but extensively rebuilt in the 70s. It carries road and rail traffic.